You have been scammed. All right, vintage gamers, I got a spicy one for you here today. Could be a crash and burner. We'll see. I've been taking note of the various scam decks around Magic the Gathering's other formats recently. Decks that utilize the evoke elementals from Modern Horizons to effectively cheat on mana and do the whole thing. I haven't really found like a great home in them for vintage, but the idea of grief and reanimate grief does seem like it has merit in the current vintage metagame, and I was looking for a nice home for that. One of the biggest problems with going grief and reanimate is that you typically don't have the blue count to play Force of Will as well. So I was looking for something that could also utilize these cards in some kind of advantageous way. And what I came up with was actually a deck that saw like a little bit of play in Legacy and didn't really see too much play in Vintage, but that is Witherbloom Apprentice Chain of Smog Combo. So Witherbloom Apprentice has Magecraft. Whenever you cast or copy an instant or sorcery, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. Chain of Smog is target player discards 2 cards. That player may copy the spell and choose a new target for that copy. So if you target yourself with a Chain of Smog, you can do that as many times as you like, triggering Magecraft as many times as you like. Obviously, the big downside of this is both these cards are not very good in a vacuum. They're only very good together. And of course, when you discard your hand a certain number of times, then you have no hand, right? If something goes wrong. So what we can do is make sure the coast is clear with our Grief, Reanimate, Thoughtseize package here, and then go for our Witherbloom Apprentice combo. We also have the ability to like return a countered Apprentice with Reanimate, which I think is pretty neat. And then of course you always have the ability to Grief something from your opponent's hand, Thoughtseize from your opponent's hand, and reanimate it yourself, reanimating their things. And so what I'm going to do is we're trying to play a little bit of a grief scam package inside of a Witherbloom Apprentice Magecraft Chain of Smog combo deck. This deck can probably be built bug with Force of Will. I haven't put it together fully. I had another brew working on that, but I decided let's try it with just black green to start and not try to stretch ourselves too thin. I basically have just a slightly altered bug mana base, including Wastelands. I think Wastelands will combo pretty nicely with our Thoughtseize packages. Of course, also nice with our Deathrite Shaman. Deathrite Shaman should be a pretty big upgrade to this kind of shell. And then I think I've been thinking a lot recently about how Dark Confidant might have a place in a world of vintage that's currently existing. How this isn't the best Dark Confidant deck, doesn't have a lot of Moxen, but I still think I like the idea of Bob to refill our hand after like pitching a bunch of cards to Grief and stuff like that makes a lot of sense to me. So also, like, if we have a Dark Confidant in play, we can maybe just Chain of Smog targeting our opponent. It's not even a big deal if they Chain of Smog us back, because we'll have the ability to win a card advantage war. Definitely going to include some 1-ofs that we can tutor for and draw into, like Snuff Out, Collect Roof, Assassin's Trophy, Vigor. But then you'll see like most of those are becoming 4-ofs post board for the matchups where they are lights out. Collect Roof, Vigor, Endurance, all for the matchups where they're going to be really strong. A bunch of removal for the mono white matchup, and of course, Late Line of the Void. This is vintage, of course. Yeah. So I believe this copying happens on resolution, right? So if you would lose your whole hand, and your opponent could like counter the last copy, maybe. If that's not how it works, I'll definitely make an edit or something in here. But assuming that's the case, at least we have some ability to have backup plans with Dark Confidant and Reanimate. So we're gonna try this. I am still splashing Time Walking Ancestral because it's not too deep to do so off of Deathrite Shaman. Just simply having a Tropical Island and an Underground Sea in your mana base allows you to splash those. It's going to be super reasonable. I think the power level upgrade will be good. I do think this deck probably looks like it would function against the format. But if it turns out that this whole package doesn't work, maybe we can actually just build a normal bug colored deck without the scam package and see if we can play like a 2 or 3 Apprentice, 2 Chain of Smog, like probably like 3 Apprentice, 2 Chain of Smog, a more like natural like bug deck with a combo kill. We'll try that too at some point if this doesn't work out. But I wanted to try the black green version first because I think it's a little bit more interesting and lets me test out different theories involving grief. So See you in round 1. If you'd like to see your deck played on this channel, check out the Patreon link in the description below, where you can find all the information you need to submit a donation deck list. Let's battle. All right, let's do it. Witherbloom Command. What do I have? I've got a Bob. I don't have any interaction. It's probably a keep, though. I like the idea of Deathrite off of Emerald, Sea, Ancestral target myself. Then we can refill later. Definitely... I might even Ancestral myself on my turn so that I can theoretically draw into Grief. That makes a lot of sense to me. Well, maybe not a lot of sense, because I don't know. I just think I want to have interaction, if possible. Okay. So I think the answer here is just going to be Oof and Bob. I drew all my power, and I'm certainly casting cards off it, but Collector Roof might at least do something against my opponent's deck. We'll have to see. You get a lot of F6 value here. Okay, Flooded Strand. All right, I'd love to see a Grief off the top. Maybe not off of my Dark Confidant, but... All right, let's get this. Let's cast Thoughtseize on them. Might just get flustered. Feels like that would make a lot of sense. Grief would have definitely been better than Thoughtseize, but Thoughtseize is totally a welcome draw there. Oh, Brainstorm to protect yourself from Thoughtseize. Sure. So Tundra Gaming. Let's see what's on the other side of Tundra Gaming. Collector Roof could still be good here. Could also just be blank against some kind of controlling deck. Definitely happy to start off with Ancestral Black Lotus, even if we didn't do much powerful off of it. Oh, they brainstormed, and they have Saga, Strand Island, Tundra. All right. Well, the good news here is I have a Boseiju for the very first one of these sagas. The bad news is I don't have a lot of follow-up to that. The good news is they don't have any other cards. Oh, they didn't even play Saga this turn? Oh, they have Lavinia. That's fine. I don't care about Lavinia at all. See if they're in the mood to make any trades here. Okay, so now I can reanimate Lavinia and Bob if I want. Probably. I don't even know if I need to reanimate Lavinia. Just reanimating Bob is probably good enough. I'm just going to hold this Boseiju for those sagas. Time Walk. Chain of Smog. Chain of Smog would be lethal if I had it. Kind of cool. So here, I think I just play a Deathrite and eat their Brainstorm, considering I don't even die to Saga right now. Okay, that was interesting. So all I know is they're blue-white Saga, Tundra Island. Probably just Esper Tinker, right? So if they're Esper Tinker, I'm just looking for 4 Collector Roofs and maybe some Vigors. Probably don't need like Snuff Out or Trophy or Endurance or maybe some Thoughtseizes on the draw. Something like that. I don't know. Maybe you can cut some combo pieces. Something like that. Certainly was a nice opener for me, though. I guess I did hit all my power, right? I hit Ancestral Walk and Black Lotus and almost all my power. I was missing one piece of power. It's pretty funny. Turns out, if you have a Black Lotus and you cast 2 bears off it, still sometimes good enough. I mean, we were in a cool spot in that game too, where we knew they didn't have anything left in their hand, so that we could still Witherbloom Chain if we had drawn it. Though the Grief would have been kind of awkward. All right, I mean, I have a Grief, a Deathrite, a Wasteland. I have the Chain combo. Chain combo costs a lot of mana, which is worth noting. It's 4 mana, but you could always deploy it on turn 2 or something. I guess I'd be more like turn 3 is the earliest without Moxen or Lotus, but probably still fine. Pearl, Jet, Saga, Top. It's a good start. So the problem with Grief here is, what am I even pitching to Grief? I don't think I'm going to play Grief. I think I'm just going to Wasteland Saga. Because I'm not interested in pitching any of these cards. I guess I could theoretically pitch Dark Confidant, but it might be better to just wait on Grief until they have more cards going on. I'm pretty far away. Maybe next turn I'll just pitch Bob. Oh, my opponent missed on a land. Interesting. All right, let's pitch Bob to the Grief here. I guess something I need to be worried about is maybe Swords. They're just gonna force my Grief. It's very interesting. I don't know exactly what that means. Maybe they have Tinker in hand. They could have spun. They haven't spun yet. Maybe I over focus on the combo in this game, and I should just kept the Bob. Needle. Okay. Needle actually not a big deal here. Kind of a blank. I think I am just looking to go. So the best draws on my next turn are Thoughtseize or Grief. Spin top. It feels like kind of bad to go in next turn though. Do you have Swords ability? We'll have to see. They only have 3 cards right now. Vigor. Let's just attack first. I don't know. I guess the needle on death right's a little annoying. I'm gonna play Bob first. I don't think I need to go in. Interesting. I mean, I'll certainly regret that if they like have blue card Tinker or like blue land Tinker, right? Maybe that's what's gonna happen. Pass? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Black Lotus. All right. Well, the cool thing that this gets me here is I can vigor them to start, which is kind of nice. I don't think I care about unlocking Deathrite as much as I like taking off them off mana. All right. Well, I'm going to do the going for it. Target me. I got them to get rid of their top. Just a Flusterstorm. Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's fine. They're at 7. They don't have their Moxman anymore. They don't have a top anymore. I have an active Bob. Okay. Can't even look at these cards. Oh, Grief and Reanimate. I mean, that would have gone pretty well, right? Could even just hardcast Grief or Reanimate Grief. Okay, those kind of weird games, but we'll take them. All right, let's see what we can do in round 2. I was pretty happy with how round 1 went, but we did have a very powerful draw. Didn't win with Chain at all, but that's okay. I'm definitely all right with that. I wonder, could have beaten Flusterstorm last round if I had played Flusterstorm first, but it felt like getting more value off of the Vigor was a better opportunity, especially if they had any kind of grand plans in that turn. So, what do I have here? Something to note is that this hand definitely doesn't have speed, or this deck doesn't really have speed. I do not have a swamp. Yeah, this hand doesn't have a swamp. It's probably enough to just mulligan it. This hand's better, but obviously very slow. That's something that I think Grief is probably really important for, is being able to make a turn 1 play that matters. We're going to get like mono whited here. What's going to happen? Oh, we're going to get oathed. I actually have a way to kill an oath. That's kind of fun. Lotus Petal. But I am a little bit on the draw. Wow. So now I need to draw. Okay. They had turn 1 Demonic Oath. Draw Moxen, I guess. Feels pretty bad. Is it worth like conceding? I can theoretically destroy their Atraxa and reanimate an Atraxa. I think I'm just going to concede this game instead. No Grief would have saved me here. They had exactly Orchard Demonic Oath on turn 1. I think I just want to see what their deck is, and then I'll concede. Okay, so it's the show and tell Atraxa deck. With Tinker. Okay. So I'm going to bring in Vigor and Snuff Out. And I'm going to take out Collector Oof, Endurance. I do think Snuff Out is probably good. What is my last card I want to take out? I actually think Wasteland's kind of good against them. Maybe one Bob. We could do some cool things with the scam package here where we grief or thought sees their Atraxa and reanimate it. Here I've got Demonic or I guess it would be Fetch Land. Maybe not. Maybe it's just something else. Maybe the play is actually Wasteland, Jet, Deathrite. Then I don't have green card for Vigor, though, if they play turn 1 Oath. Maybe it's just Demonic for Grief. It feels like a pretty big commitment, though. I need to also make sure I look for opportunities to just play Chain of Smog as Mind Rot. If I like to play my hand, or it's just less bad for me if they copy it, kind of thing. Maybe the answer is Demonic for Lotus. Play a Deathrite Shaman, play Chain of Smog, target them. Because my hand's not that good. Certainly an avenue. I'm not sure. I don't know the answer. If they force this, I guess it's still fine for me. Could just get a Wither Bloom. It's a green card. It's part of my combo. Yeah, maybe that's just the best play. This actually gives me an additional green card as well. Could also put this into play off show and tell, and then go for a chain kill if they have no force. That's yeah, those are good magic cards. Narset, huh? Okay. Found an Oath. Orchard Oath? What? My opponent is on the bit of the high roll train here. So do they have force backup for their turn 1 Orchard Oath again? If they do have it, I can just hope to draw a land, I think. Keep my high power. They have it. They have force. Yeah, I mean, turn 1, Orchard Oath, force backup. It's a guy to do. All right, so what we can do is cast Witherbloom and then hope that their Oath of Druids doesn't hit a counter spell. But, I mean, my opponent has had the top, percentage of hands here. All right, so they have 1 Atraxa trigger, 1 draw, and 1 Narset impulse to find something that counters this chain. And I have a mental misstep. Okay, I mean, we got to play with what we got. One has had the goods. I think I actually like the way I demonicked in this game. We got pretty lucky to draw the fetch land too, but I think that was playing to the right outs. All right, so here comes Atraxa. Oh, I guess Snuff Out does not kill Atraxa. Okay, Justin should not have been boarding in Snuff Out. I'm sure people have already typed up the YouTube comments. If you've already typed up the comment, go back and delete it. I've realized my mistake. Yes. Obviously, Atraxa is a black creature, so Snuff Out does not kill Atraxa. So my opponent hit Negation, Trap, Flusterstorm, Force, Tinker. So the whole not hitting a counterspell thing, that did not go very well for me. So I assume they're going to take, I mean, they have whatever. I assume they take just like Force, Tinker, Tinker Soul Ring Land, Tinker for a Citadel. That might end up with them having no blue card in hand. I don't know. This is incredible. They chose Tinker, Soul Ring, Force Tropical. Yep. Not great. Not great, I must say. So technically, oh, I have Mental Misstep. Oath. That's good for us. That card sucks. Though I guess if I do this, then they still have Tinker Force in their hand. Maybe they'll force pitch something on this misstep, and then Tinker for a Citadel and Brick, and then let me chain kill them. I might have not been supposed to misstep that, because this makes it so they're guaranteed to have force backup. Yeah. I guess I just lose. Whatever. I played this badly. I definitely should have just have let the Soul Ring go and hope they didn't have another blue card. Guess we'll find out. They don't have a blue card right now. So they can shut the first one, resolve, then the counter the second one. All right, got rid of Force Tinker. So now they have another Atraxa trigger. I can still draw Chain if they hit no Force again, or this time, I should say. They hit Force. Okay, awesome. Let's just get out of here. My opponent just high rolled a little bit too much for us to deal with. All right, let's try again. We got the Italian PO Master, and I have Grief. But man, if I had Reanimate, unfortunately, I have this Besage. It's probably still a keep though, considering we have a Grief to give us a turn, and a Collector Oof possibly coming. Let's do Grief Pitch Assassin's Trophy. PO, Emerald, Misstep. Yeah, well, I'll take the PO. Gonna need to draw land off the top. To put it very lightly here. Gonna need to draw land off the top. Draw land, probably winning. Because they're gonna lead Saga. Well, now they will probably not lead Saga. Because they saw my hand for free. Oh, they're going to lead Saga anyways? This is extremely greedy, because if I hit a land, it means they're not going to get anything off this Saga, right? All right, I just need a land, and I probably win this game. They won't get any constructs. They can't do anything. Land? Okay, now they get a construct at least, so... Now it's probably... I mean, still okay, but it's going to be a lot harder. Land still looks good. Didn't hit it. All right. I still think I like my keep. Almost just a game win on the spot. Just need to draw better. If I had a fetch land, guess I wouldn't have done it because I still got misstepped. But the good news is I get to bring in 3 vigors and 2 oofs, and this game is probably really easy. This matchup is probably really good for me. Probably do similar boarding to last time. Maybe I cut a chain in this matchup. Just trim a little bit. Yeah, I actually think that would have gone really well, especially if I had a fetch land. If I had a fetch land, I could even go grief. I guess I wouldn't be able to go reanimate because they had mental misstep. I guess I could have. I could have gone mental. I could have taken the mental misstep and then in the second one taken the PO. I was really just better mana away from winning that game. I think the first Boseiju makes sense in this deck, but I definitely regretting it not being a fetch land. But like I said, I think if we had top decked land for turn, slam Collector Roof, they get no constructs, they get nothing off of their saga that does anything. We like play a Bob and outgrind them and kill them. Yeah, look like a pretty free win. I think that was a pretty good example hand of what I'm hoping that Grief Reanimate will do. Like, my opponent kept, Saga, Mox, payoff spell, interaction, and you get to take interaction and payoff spell. Feels really strong. Can't imagine ever putting this one back. Have a nice little slowdown spell, have the ability to ramp, have a Collector Oof. Yeah. Hand looks quite reasonable to me. Especially if they have like a swords or something. Soul Guide Lantern. That one I don't care about. Have the backup land. Has the force. Definitely not great for me. Next turn I get to deploy 2 2-drops. Might be good enough. Have to see. Definitely missing the discard on this hand, but again, it's a pretty hard hand to not keep. Looks quite reasonable here. But definitely like a grief would have helped resolve my collector roof and I'd feel a lot better. We only have 4 cards in their hand. We still have a misstep. Maybe we're fine. Seems reasonable. Could do. Could do. I don't know. Okay. And they swords my death ray. Oh, it's time walk. Sure. Could be worse for me. Okay, hopefully this gets ancestral and not something really bad. Like Lotus Tinker. Oh, Saga? Sure. I got Saga. I think I'm okay with that. Though I don't have a Wasteland right now. Could draw Vigor. Could draw nothing. All right. This is what it is. This is what I got. Don't have good attacks. I have a 1 attack, I guess. Time to find out if they had a card. They had Saga in their hand and then Demonics for something else or not. Second Saga. Definitely hope to pick up something off this Star Confidant. They had Force backup. Okay. Wait, no, I just got drained. It wasn't Force. It was the Witherbloom drain. Okay, 2 draws here. Would love to see like a Wasteland plus a combo piece maybe, or Chain of Smog. Thoughtseize Chain of Smog. Thoughtseize. I'm gonna lose to stupid constructs again. Negation, Needle, Lantern. Guess I should take negation. I don't think I'm gonna have enough damage to clock them out here. They have nothing left. I have a Bob. They are gonna get a top though. I think I'm supposed to take Needle so I can keep Death Writing. All of these cards kill me. Maybe I'm supposed to take Lantern so they don't get a draw. But they are supposed to probably go into constructs here. Maybe they're supposed to get a Soul Ring so they can have another constructs. Could be true. Maybe they'll get Oh, they're gonna get Needle on Death, right? Sure. They have 2 Needles that they brought in. Or maybe they get Needle on Waste. No, Needle on Waste doesn't do anything at this point. Sure. I mean, I don't really mind this circumstance here. Wow, they hit Tolarian Academy off the top so they can still get a Saga token. That is wild. That is incredible, actually. Okay, I mean, still Chain of Smog wins. Seiju. Deathrite. I'm gonna need to besage you a construct, so. Yeah, things are dead. I think things are pretty dead now. These games all felt very, very winnable, but just needed a little more from my deck. I didn't get it. My opponent has like 2 lanterns, 2 needles in their deck. I feel like that is so bad, but maybe it's fine. I guess they like need the needles to beat Wastelands, but I have Vigors and Wastelands. Like I should really never lose to Saga tokens, but I guess it is what it is. Losing to Saga tokens feels quite awful considering how many things I have that attack Saga, but I just drew none of them. Moral of the story is you can't interact with Saga without drawing your cards that interact with Saga. They get a spin and a search and a spin again, so pretty good look from them. I probably am just jumping with both Deathrights to give myself the most life total to hit Chain. No interaction, Force of Vigor, also quite good. Kill 2 constructs, drain a life, hit for 5. That could be enough. But if it's off my Bob, I might have too low of a life total to make that play. Hmm. Why do I feel like they're going to spin into Force of Will and cast it off to Larian Academy? My opponent was pretty close, choked on mana, but then... And then they were not. No. What is happening? Draw PO. Cycle Lantern. Lotus. Straw. Citadel? You gotta be kidding me. Maybe that's okay. They're at 9. They can't time walk. They're at 6. Whatever. This game's out of my hands. They can't cast Force off the top now, though. They can only cast Negation off the top. Cast Flusterstorm off the top. That doesn't beat me. Oh, they have a land drop to give? Oh, no, they have Activate. I'm at 9. They kill me. That's crazy. I forgot I have a life total as well. I feel like losing this game is just so sad, but I don't really know what I could have done differently. Mental misstep was clutch. It feels really bad for my opponent to probably have demonic for Saga and for it to actually have worked against this deck, which has like not Beseiju too. 9 different things like just kill Saga on the spot. Yeah, I mean, let's see what our top 2 are. Vigor, Grief. Vigor their Saga tokens gives us another draw maybe. Rough life. All right, after those devastating losses, can I make a comeback? Ancestral sure makes me hopeful. This feels like a pitch cast Grief, cast Ancestral kind of bargain, maybe. Let's see what happens. Definitely am about 1 mana too much in this hand. My opponent has revealed double Chancellor of the Annex. Fantastic. What am I? Why? What am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to just have something eat it? Probably just supposed to have Grief eat it. And then Ancestral to get back my lost mana. Alright. Pitchgrass, Grief, Dark Confidant. Yeah, I'm not... Well, maybe I'll pitchcast Grief pitching Chain of Smog. Get rid of their best card. Oh, Justin. You're so smart. Alright. I mean, they can still draw a 3-drop and ruin me, I guess. But I have a Bob coming. And a Time Walk after. Alright, did you draw 3-drop? No. That's a good. So only thing that Wastelanding gets me is turns off the ability for them to play Seasoned Dungeoneer. So I think the answer for me is just get this Bob in play. We need to start getting some card advantage. They could have drawn Land, Seasoned Dungeoneer, or Solitude, or Chancellor. No. Alright. Wither Broom, Apprentice, Time Walk. Alright. This looks good. Let's Wasteland. Time Walk. Okay. Things are happening. Land again. Oh, we have the combo. So they don't draw Solitude. Then we win on the next turn. Okay. 2 cards in hand. Elemental. So they have Solitude, but they might hit the Dark Confidant. Wow, that's actually the best draw in my whole deck, right? Because now, even though they have a Solitude, I still win anyways. That's crazy. Wow. Even though their last card is Solitude, I actually won because I have double elemental. That's so cool. Yes, I'd like to copy this spell. Same targets. Hype. That's so cool. Yes, we did it. That was sweet. Okay, so fatal push, snuff out. Collector Roof probably doesn't actually get the job done here, though 3/4 endurance might be nice. Definitely want misstep or I think we're going to do a lot of hopefully scamming and reanimating their initiative creatures. That would be something that I'd be super interested in. Between 2 snuff out and like reanimating their creatures, we might have a solid game plan here. I guess the answer is that these endurances just don't make the cut. Okay. I mean, I'm gonna keep it. Have another Chancellor. Can at least pay for this grief. Just gonna go get a swamp and go grief pitching chain. Swords, Solitude, Chancellor. The Jonjo Wasteland. I actually think I'm just going to take the Thalia so that they don't have a turn to play here and stop me from playing Ancestral. Maybe that's bad. Maybe that's too narrow, but this is going to be a longer game. Because next turn I can Ancestral and then Thoughtseize. Wasteland. Oh, I hit the reanimate. So I can reanimate a Chancellor, but they have too many answers to Chancellor currently. I think the answer is let's just start with Ancestral. Okay. I could just reanimate Grief. Or I could just Thoughtseize them. Let's get the Solitude so I can actually hit their creature if I want to. I mean, I think we're currently extremely far ahead if I'm not mistaken. Okay, they found something. Chancellor is gone. Chrome is gone. Thalia again. Nothing. Pass. Interesting. Demonic. Maybe fetching this tropical was super bad. I need double black. I thought I would fetch it because I didn't have a green source. The answer is probably just demonic for Lotus and play double Bob. I wonder if this deck needs some ways to gain life. Not sure. All right, 2 cards, a Jonjo and 2 unknowns. Jonjo's gone, no unknowns. This is a Seasoned Engineer. Then we can reanimate. Oh, this is a Chalice on 2. Interesting. Um, hmm. That is a lot of my deck. I don't want to play my reanimate yet, because I want to reanimate a Solitude and eat their creature. Do I want to play Thoughtseize? I don't think so. Maybe like the best play here is to reanimate Grief and take their last card, but I want them to like play an initiative creature and then we reanimate Solitude it. Oh man. Okay. Hmm. I did not expect Chalice on 2 to come down, but I guess it makes sense. Assume they're just gonna name reanimate. I'm gonna have to Solitude this and attack probably. Because I don't think I can win without attacking now. Solitude will help give me life too, so. I just want to draw like Wasteland off of this. Yeah. Okay, these are good draws. Let's reanimate Solitude. Solitude your Peacekeeper. Play a fetch land. Get a Bayou. Play a Deathrite Shaman. Attack. I am at 9. I only have 3 mana. 2 unknowns. Here comes the White Plume Adventurer. One unknown after they play Plains. Wasteland. Wasteland. Okay. So if they want to save it for 1 combat, that's fine. Okay, they don't. Okay. Definitely Wastelanding Wasteland. I think I'm just gonna cast Thoughtseize on them. Oh, it was Seasoned Engineer. Nice. Alright, so they get to do Lost Well. If they find a creature that they can cast, then they get to hold the Monarch maybe, or the Initiative. I'm probably gonna gain 2 life instead of eating them. That Thoughtseize was quite good. Almost wish if that was in their hand before, almost wish I had Thoughtseize earlier so that I could have reanimated it. They went 2 top. I don't know what that means. Pass? What could you how could you possibly keep a card on top and pass? It must be swords. I'm gonna exile Thalia. Alright. Well, I'm gonna just attack with both in case they kept swords. I guess they could have kept like Containment Priest. No. Okay. These all get countered, so your move, opponent. Both cards you kept on top. Oh, it must be Seasoned Dungeoneer land. I see. Yeah, it's pretty bad for me too. I haven't hit Fatal Push or Snuff Out yet either. Reanimate, that'll do it. Reanimate. Solitude. You have been scammed. That was fun. I had a good time. All right, can we salvage this experiment? Can we scam one more human? Man, I don't know about this one. I feel like no grief, no one drop is illegal, and I must mulligan. I deserve this. I think I'm gonna keep this hand. Maybe that's also illegal, but I have interaction. I have the ability to regain control. I have a wasteland if they're on. My opponent did the exact same thing that I did. Classic bug hand. Classic bug hand. If I've ever seen one. I mean, it's a 4-color Deathrite Shaman, but same thing. I don't think I'm going to expose this wasteland to wasteland. Maybe I'm just supposed to. Reanimate. Damn. All right, I am going to play this just in case. Because I actually don't want my blue-black land or blue-green land to get wastelanded anyways. So. Are they going to hit land, or am I going to hit land? Who's going to do it? Who's it going to be? What an exciting day. Okay, sure. That's fine. Land? Fetch land? Fetch land? Fetch land? Witherbloom. All right. Not liking my odds here. I do have the mental misstep your Deathrite Shaman, reanimate your Deathrite Shaman, though. Ooh, what if they pitch like a big creature to hand size? That'd be cool. Probably just expressive iteration, right? Or maybe it'll be the boos. Maybe it'll be boo. It was treasure cruise, sure. Endurance. Okay. I could scam them. Could put their yard away and then endurance and then reanimate my endurance. I don't know. Feels worse, I think. What a weird game. Right in 6. Wasteland. All right. I guess. God, imagine they fetch, play a Deathrite Shaman. I misstep it, wasteland their land, and reanimate their Deathrite Shaman. New Mox Sapphire. All right. The game continues. All right. Well, now I'm going to do it. Yeah, I guess I'll put their cards back. Got him. Maybe I'm not supposed to put their cards back, considering they put the Delve spell in already. Watch them like draw Black Lotus. All right. So are they gonna play Collector Roof, or are they going to? They can't play Collector Roof. They have to play Deathray Shaman. They're gonna like Flusterstorm me here. Come on, hope this works. Nice. My Deathray Shaman. I'm gonna play this out. This has definitely been magic for sure. They're off it. They get scammed. Get scammed. Discard pretty effective sometimes. Yeah, so no Collector Roof. Do think we want Fatal Push. Don't think we want Snuff Out. Guess we want Endurances because they're big boys. Probably true. Just a couple Endurances for fun. This deck is kind of fun. I might play it some more. I think it has some potential. It might need... Elvish Spirit Guide looks kind of bad, but... Might need Elvish Spirit Guide. Maybe it needs a Petal. I'd like some more acceleration, though. Maybe the big problem is just I need to be keeping better hands. Chain, Reanimate. Yeah, this is probably fine against my opponent. My opponent's playing an equally slow deck as well, so... Emerald. Deathray Shaman. Deathray Shaman fetch. We're gonna have some serious graveyard problems between Deathray Shaman battles and Reanimate. Alright. I also am going to play a Deathray Shaman. And that's where things get interesting. I think this Chain of Smog is going to just naturally target my opponent, considering my cards are so bad. We might, if we do the Mind Rot, it's probably good for me. Volcanic Island. Red mana, Lightning Bolt? Yikes. And Wasteland? Evil. And they can eat my Deathray Shaman, so I can't even go for the Reanimate. I think I'm just going to Wasteland them. I think I need time here. I guess if they have a Ren and 6, I just lose, but it is what it is. No, my boy. Things are bad. Maybe they're out of mana. Is it a red and 6? Oh, it's a monkey. That's also pretty bad for me. Definitely is not helping. Assassin's Trophy. Well, that's a blank at least. They have a land too, huh? The classic Collector Roof Ragavan deck. One of my all-time favorites. Oh, they're tapped out, though. Oh, my lord. Time to hit them with the 1-2 double grief all the way. Are we going to hit him with the scam? Is this the scam? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, this is the scam. I think it's better to just take both of their cards than to reanimate, like, Fury here. Now that I say that out loud, it does sound kind of silly. So maybe I should have just reanimated Fury. All right, Grief versus Deathrite. I guess this is not winning for me, so yeah, maybe I should have just done Fury, killed their Deathrite with it. All right, they're out of stuff. They can't drain me though, so that's nice. Grief again. Yeah, I regret my play. I thought about it, like I put thought into it, but it was bad thought. I should have just taken Fury, reanimated Fury, killing Deathrite, and then they have a Ragavan and I have a Fury instead of a Deathrite versus a Grief, which seems better to me. Especially with how fast I would have clocked them. Yeah, I think I threw this game then. I don't know why I didn't stop and think for just 1 second, though. Top taking expressive iteration from this situation is extremely evil. Very sad. It's okay. More reanimates can draw and get Furies, though. So, what is this? Oko? Yeah, that's probably bad for me. Just make a food, probably. All right, I need to draw reanimate right now so I can get that Fury. Yeah. I lost this game because I'm bad. I shouldn't have cared about getting both of their cards. I should just have gotten the stupid double striking master. Fury's not even that good anymore. I mean, it's still good, but like I can't kill both of their units. Ah, I threw this game. Thinking onboard Fury, I guess, just becomes an elk. So that's such a good draw. It's like incredible how good that draw is. Yeah, I guess onboard Fury would have won the game because they would have just elked it, but maybe I would have been able to stop their mana with Strip Mine if I had done that. Yeah. Justin got too excited and made a bad play. Ooh, where was chat to stop him? They also drew just runner, best possibles. So, like, no cards in hand, expressive iteration, into Oko, time walk, into Boo. So, it was going to be tough. It's okay. That's my own fault. We're going to push forward as if nothing ever happened. All right, what do you got for me, deck? Nice. This is a little unfortunate that we're going to pitch our chain combo, but definitely want to scam them here. Especially with the multi 5. The endurance has not been what I'm looking for, but all right, what do you got for me, opponent? Deluge, Renin 6, Expressive Iteration, Strip Mine. What a deck that deck is, huh? Like, man, imagine keeping that hand. They probably have to, like they're on a multi 5, but like none of their cards are remotely castable. I don't think I'm supposed to go for this deluge. 3-drop. Should deal some damage to them by then. Okay. I guess it makes more sense to endurance. This could be more damage. I guess they might be able to deluge. Am I gonna get punished? I should definitely not play all of my creatures directly into their thing, though. I think I'm just gonna put nothing back. So if they drew a land, they need a deluge for 4. So I think I'm actually gonna apply a small amount of pressure. And then I can follow up with Bob. I guess if I get Ren and 6, it'll be really silly that I did this, but I don't like the next attack because it doesn't actually get them low enough to not deluge, right? Like if they miss a land drop here, they would go 10 and then they would go to 4. Oh, it does get them low enough to not deluge. Okay, this is just terrible. Oh, this is a 2-2. I thought this was a 2-3 the whole time. I thought my next attack wouldn't put them low enough not to deluge if they missed, but that's not the case. All right, well, have I thrown another game? Did make them fetch a black land, I guess. Yeah, I mean, if this. Wow, no blue card force on my Bob? That'd be so sad. All right, playing this Witherbloom Apprentice maybe game 3. Wow, force blue card on my Bob. That's incredible. They would have even had expressive iteration after this. Okay, so, man. If I lose this game, it's all my own fault too. Just a small misplay. What? Okay. Somehow I'm in a bad mana situation after this. Any 2-drops? Oh my god, no. I'll be so sad. Like a top deck ancestral or something. They shuffled at least. Yeah, I needed to hold the Witherbloom, bait the force with the Witherbloom, and then slam a Dark Confidant. What do I do? I just have to hope I draw better. Seems unlikely. I was definitely not supposed to take. I mean, I definitely wasn't supposed to take Deluge. I was just supposed to play around it better. Like these were both 2-drops. I just needed to not play my other card into it. Though the opponent having blue card force for my follow-up Bob post Wrath is not ideal. They drew an expressive. Oh, they drew a Delve spell? It's oh, they drew a monkey. Okay, everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. I have an answer for a monkey. Kind of surprised they dashed the monkey. I feel like I would just I get maybe they're worried it's not going to connect every time. Reanimate? This turns off Deathrite Draw. Mm. Come on. Why you gotta be like this, deck? You have the goal within your sights, and you're just letting them take it away from you. I guess this lets me play Grief if I draw it. Witherbloom. Okay. Holding this fetch land in case I need to go get a blue mana to play a blue restricted spell. All right. Maybe my 2/2 is enough. Who knows what's stuck in their hand. Mental Misstep is not a bad draw. Also, if they fetch, their life total is getting pretty precarious as well. This might still be a win. I might have snatched a victory from the or wait, maybe I can whatever. Fine. Maybe I can still win. Maybe I can still win. All right. They can't fetch now. I guess they can fetch now. They have a creature, Collector Roof, maybe. Time Walk, acceptable. There are so many things that go badly for me. But a lot of them are bolts, and I have a mental misstep. Or creatures that block, and I have a mental misstep. Is that it? Is it concede angle? Concede angle? Did the scam get there in the end? If I had lost this game after seeing my opponent's 5-card hand and ripping their 2 spells from it, I think I would have cried. So I'm pretty happy. That's actually fun. That was a fun 3-2. What do I want to do with this deck? I don't know. Maybe just play more matches. I'm not sure if... Like, I have a bunch of these flex slots. I don't know what the right numbers are for them. And then there's the thought of, are any of these 4 slots not what I want? I don't think so. But we'll have to see. I don't know. I'm going to do more thinking. What do you guys think about this deck? Do you think there's something here worth testing more? Maybe try the bug version. I don't think I got very far in building the bug version. Oh yeah, it kind of looks like the Legacy scam deck. I need to do more work on this probably because I don't think the blue count is exactly there. But it's a similar idea, except we get to have forces as well. But then you like trim on the combo and you don't play Bob. Instead, you play like Strix Uro or something similar. So maybe we can go in that direction. Though I felt like the black green had all the tools it needed. Though you need to, do a little bit of hope and a little bit of prayer to not die on some of your turns. But I'm interested to see where this could go. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe. More YouTube channel stuff Monday, Wednesday, Fridays.